Moving on, we are privileged to have with us Dr. Saroja AS, Principal of Srinarayana Gurukulam Charitable Trust, School of Legal Studies, Kolanjeri, and former Principal of Government Law College, Thiruvananthapuram. Dr. Saroja has been an academic luminary in the field of legal education, and her contributions have shaped the minds of countless students and professionals. We are honored to have her deliver the special address today. Ma'am, please.
Ma'am, you are not on mute.
Please mute.
Thank you. Can you hear?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. Very nice to be a part of this topic which is being discussed all over Kerala. Respected dignitaries, persons who are in this online platform. Advocate Sandhya, Secretary Sakhi Women's Resource, who gave the welcome address. Srimati Indira Ravindran, Member States Women's Commission. And the speakers, the panel discussions to be headed by Dr. Sheena Shukur, Advocate Sandhya Raju, and Dr. Asha Achu Joseph. Good evening to all the persons present here. That is academicians, faculty, students, and the society who are participating in this discussion. Thank you very much for inviting me to be a part of this discussion. And I don't want to go into a detailed discussion of the background in which the Hema committee report came into force. See, one thing I will start here is men can be mad, bad, and dangerous. Women also can be. So said the criminologist Freda Adler way back in 1975 in her Pulitzer-nominated book, Sisters in Crime. That is, men can be mad, bad, and dangerous. And women too can be. See, that criminal tendency is there in every one of us. And as we all know, the Hema committee report itself starts with the opening lines, very remarkable lines. That is, the sky is full of mysteries with the twinkling stars and the beautiful moon. But scientific investigation revealed that stars do not twinkle, and nor does the moon look beautiful. The study says, do not trust what you see. Even salt looks like sugar. So that is the opening words of the Hema committee report. And we all know how the Hema committee was constituted in 2017. That is, it was constituted after a female actor was abducted, assaulted, and raped in a moving vehicle in Kochi. Later, this offense actually precipitated into a case involving the famous actor Dilip. Now, in this background, and in response to a request by the WCC, that is Women in Cinema Collective, that the CPM assigned a 3-member committee that is chaired by Justice Hema to study the gender issues in the Malayalam industry. The committee thereafter submitted the report in 2019. But the government chose to sit, as pointed out by Srimati Indira Ravindran, it chose to sit before disclosure for around 4.5 years. Now, even the disclosure happened only because of the state commissioner's move in response to a RTI query. However, the unkindest cut of all struck when the report was released last week. Actually, I have not seen or read the original of the Hema committee report, whatever information I know or is gathered is from the media and also from the reports and the discussion that is carried out in the various channels. Now, in this context, I will also like to put a note on the decision, the landmark decision or the judgment in Vishaga versus State of Rajasthan. See, as we all know, the Vishaga guidelines, that was what later came into the POSH Act. In Vishaga case, the Supreme Court gave a set of procedural guidelines against sexual harassment in workplaces. In 2013, this later came into an act, that is Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace. That is the POSH Act 2013. Now, that is the Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. Now, in this act, a duty is imposed on the employer and other responsible person in workplaces and institutions. See, this is actually against any unwelcome behavior. It can be a physical contact, a demand or a request for sexual favor, sexually colored remarks, showing pornography, any other unwelcome physical, verbal, non-verbal conduct of sexual nature. Now, when such conduct amounts to a specific offense under the IPC or any other law, the employer has to make a complaint. The employer has to take disciplinary action, and that is in accordance with the relevant service rules. Now, and for this, there should be a committee or a cell, and also that is the cell to redress their grievances. Now, actually, after the Hema committee report, I am reminded of the Shakespeare's Hamlet. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. That one may smile and be a villain. So the findings in the report actually points out that the women in the industry are exploited. And another important thing I want to tell you is, you have to admit the fact that cinema is an industry. It is a workplace. It is an industry. So whatever the consequences or whatever can happen in any industry can happen in the cinema industry also. And one interesting fact I have to tell you is, can you name any other industry other than the cinema industry where the mother accompanies the daughter to work? We are all working women. We have all worked in different sectors. I have not seen any mother accompanying the daughter to the workplace. So this cinema industry, why it is happening in the cinema industry, why it is happening in the film industry. So this is something everybody should take note. And it should be considered that it is an industry. It is an industry where anything can happen. And every producer should be held directly responsible for the safety and protection of the women working for them. And they should establish a sexual harassment committee where women can lodge complaint. See, we all know that as pointed out by Srimati Indra Ravindran, there are umpteen number of laws for the safety and protection of women in all walks of life. But do they serve the purpose? See, once it was given by Mahatma Gandhi that only when women can walk safely at night, the day when women can walk freely on the roads, especially at night, that day we can say that India has achieved independence. That day, I don't think so. Only if we people come out to protect ourselves, to come out. See, there are many hurdles or there are many barriers which make a woman come out into the open and make a complaint. So in that, see, we all know that in Vaishaga case, some guidelines that the Supreme Court made, it is very clear. Sexual harassment leads to depravity among the victims. It leads to depravity among the victims. And the depravity is a gross violation of their fundamental rights that is guaranteed under Article 14, 19, and 21. A women policy to be devised so that their rights are protected and a safe atmosphere to flourish in various fields of life. This should include criminal proceedings and disciplinary action. There should be a robust mechanism at workplaces, a redressal mechanism, and a complaint committee that is headed by a woman, and more than half of the committee should be women members represented by women. NGOs to be involved in that. Workshops has to be done to create awareness at their workplaces. And even that is the Vaishaga Committee in 1997, the decision was given in 1997. Only after 17 years, the guidelines, this act came into force in 2013. So the act, of course, is wider in application than the guidelines. The employment and the workplace includes corporate, private places, as well as both organized and unorganized sectors. So the most important feature of this act is the establishment of the internal committee, complaints committee, and a punishment or a fine can be given up to 50,000, and also punishment for non-compliance of the provisions of this act. Now, this committee is very important for women who work in the unorganized sector or for the domestic workers. Now, we all know that this particular act, that is this Vishaka Committee report, which was released last week. Some of the portions were not revealed due to the affecting the privacy of the persons concerned in that. And here, the conclusion I want to give is that you have to understand the roots of male aggression, empower women to counter it. And the main aspect we have to is, see, now that many people have come out against the happenings in the film industry. Some of them might be true, some of them might be fake. How will you identify what is genuine and what is? And one thing I have to tell you is, no woman is capable of tarnishing her image unless it is true. That is what I feel. That is, unless the woman has been truly affected without her consent, some sexual favors has been demanded or has happened, definitely the action has to be taken. And the government, in this case, I feel very bad, because all the women had to come out into the open and face the media and speak loudly the offense that has happened to them, because the government was silent. They said action cannot be taken unless, see, the report itself, many offenses has been mentioned. The government could have taken an action. And we feel that since the media reports and the other persons who are blaming it, see, after all, woman is also a human being. She's not better, wiser, stronger, more intelligent, more creative, or more responsible than a man. Likewise, she's nevertheless, if equality is given, a woman is human. So we have to follow the gender equality. We have to be, unless the woman in the society is respected, the future of nation lies in that. So with these words, I feel that a committee should be constituted, a tribunal should be constituted, and the grievances faced by the women in the film industry has to be addressed by the government and by the court. Proper systems has to come into effect, and the cinema is an industry. I underline it and say it again and again that you consider cinema as an industry, and whatever malpractices, advances, sexual favors, or even see, I was very much surprised to see that a glamour word like film industry doesn't have proper toilet facilities, where the women have to use the Stone Age system. So this is all something which the government cannot shut its eyes against the system that is happening. But I can give appreciation for one thing, that our Kerala, which is a literate state, they have come out with this report. At least the grievances faced by women in Malayalam film industry, it is the committee has been constituted and the cat is out of the bag. Now we have to provide proper mechanism to safeguard and protect the women in that industry. Thank you very much. I thank once again for the LJRF and the organizers of this committee, this webinar, for giving me an opportunity to speak on this hot topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enlightening and empowering words. It was a delight to hear your insights on the issue. Before moving forward, I would like to formally recognize the presence of Dr. Sonia K. Das, Principal in Charge of Government Law College, Thrissur. We are sincerely grateful for your participation, ma'am. We now move on to the core of today's event, the academic session. We have an exceptional panel of speakers who will share their expertise and insights on various aspects of the Justice Hema Committee report. Each speaker will take the session for about 15 minutes, following which we will have a question and answer session where the participants can ask questions and engage in further discussion. Our first speaker is Dr. Sheena Shukur, a distinguished academic and legal luminary, currently serving as the head of Department of Law at Palayad and director of the Manjeshwaram campus at Kannur University. Formerly the Pro-Vice Chancellor of MG University, as well as the Vice Chancellor for National University of Advanced Legal Studies, Cochin, Dr. Sheena pursued her LLM as a Fulbright Vanderbilt Fellow in the year 2008. Additionally, she has been a faculty member at the prestigious National Judicial Academy, Bhopal. Today, Dr. Sheena will be discussing on the topic Internal Complaints Committee in the light of Justice Hema Committee report. With her vast experience and expertise, I'm sure she will provide valuable perspectives on this critical topic.